Ever been so in love that you could unsee the red flags waving right in front of your face? That was Marcus. For him, Tessa was the sun, the moon, and all the stars. He trusted her with everything, his secrets, his dreams, and most importantly, his heart. They were that picture-perfect couple, the one everyone envied. Marcus was saving up, planning a future, and he thought Tessa was right there with him, building that dream brick by brick. He even shared his financial goals, showing her his savings account, a symbol of their shared future. Big mistake, huge. One evening, Marcus came home early, excited to surprise Tessa with her favorite takeout. But the surprise was on him. He walked in to find her with someone else. The world didn't just stop, shattered into a million tiny pieces. The argument that followed was a blur of tears, accusations, and one devastating confession from Tessa. She never really loved him. She was just comfortable, and then the final blow. She admitted she'd been using him, laughing about his plans for their future, while she had her own on the side. The trust Marcus had so freely given was now a weapon used against him. Heartbreak is a funny thing. It can crush you, or it can forge you into something stronger. For Marcus, the pain was unbearable at first. He spent weeks just going through the motions, the ghost of Tessa's betrayal haunting his every step. But then, one day, staring at his reflection, he saw not a victim, but a survivor. And an idea, a brilliant, audacious idea, began to form. He remembered how Tessa had mocked his boring life and his predictable routines. He remembered how she'd always been fascinated by status and appearances. He wasn't going to get angry. He was going to get even. But not in the way you might think. Marcus decided to pour all his energy, not into revenge, but into himself. He hit the gym, started that business he'd always dreamed of, and reconnected with friends Tessa had pushed away. He started traveling, posting pictures from stunning locations. Living the life Tessa had claimed was impossible for him. He wasn't doing it for her. Not really. He was doing it for himself, rediscovering the man he was before he lost himself in her shadow. His social media, once filled with couple photos, now told the story of an adventurous, successful, and genuinely happy man. Meanwhile, Tessa's new relationship fizzled out as quickly as it started. Her life, which she thought would be an upgrade, turned out to be a lateral move at best. Curiosity got the better of her, and she started checking Marcus's social media. What she saw stunned her. The boring man she left was now living a life she could only dream of. He looked incredible. He was thriving professionally, and he was surrounded by people who genuinely cared for him. The regret started to creep in, slow and suffocating. She saw him at a mutual friend's party one night. He was the center of attention, not because he was loud, but because he radiated a quiet confidence. He just smiled politely at her, a simple, friendly nod that said more than any angry words ever could. It said, "I'm better off without you." That was Marcus's ultimate revenge. It wasn't a grand, destructive scheme. It was simply living his best life and showing her, in the world, that his happiness was never dependent on her. He had turned his greatest heartbreak into his greatest motivation. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but it became the fuel for his incredible transformation. In Tessa, she was left with nothing but the bitter taste of regret, watching from the sidelines as the man she threw away became everything she ever wanted. It just goes to show, the best revenge is massive success and a life well lived. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching.